You might not feel pain, you might still be walking every day, you might even tell yourself, I'm doing okay for my age. And yet, something feels a little off. It's subtle at first, so subtle that many people ignore it for years. Maybe stairs feel heavier than they used to. Not painful, just oddly tiring. Maybe you reach the top and need a second to steady yourself. Maybe when you stand up from a chair, you push off with your hands without thinking. Maybe your steps are a little shorter. Maybe your lower back feels tight after simple chores. None of this feels dramatic. None of it sends you to the doctor right away, and that's exactly why this weakness is so easy to miss. As we move past 50, the body doesn't always shout when something is wrong. Sometimes it whispers. This quiet weakness often hides behind words like normal aging or I'm just getting older. But in many cases, what's really happening has nothing to do with age itself. It's something much more specific. It's glute weakness. Your glute muscles, especially the large muscles in the hips and buttocks, are some of the most powerful muscles in your entire body. They are meant to support your spine, stabilize your hips, protect your knees, and keep you balanced while walking, standing, and turning. When they work well, movement feels natural. Effort is shared evenly across the body. You feel grounded, steady, and confident. But when glutes begin to go dormant, the body quietly adapts in less helpful ways. Other muscles start taking over, muscles that were never designed to do this much work. The lower back tightens to compensate. The knees absorb more stress. The hips lose stability. Balance becomes something you have to think about instead of trust. This doesn't happen overnight. It happens slowly, quietly, almost invisibly. That's why so many people say, I don't know when this started. One day you realize you avoid stairs when possible. You hold on to railings more often. You feel unsure on uneven ground. You get tired faster during walks. You don't feel as strong getting up and down. Still, there may be no sharp pain, no injury, no obvious warning sign. Just a gradual feeling that your body isn't responding the way it used to. Here's something important and reassuring to understand. This is not a personal failure. It's not because you didn't exercise hard enough. It's not because your body is breaking down. In fact, this happens to active people too. The modern lifestyle gently encourages glutes to switch off. More sitting, more time in chairs, cars, and couches, less natural movement like squatting, climbing, and pushing through the hips. Over time, the brain stops sending strong signals to the glute muscles. They don't disappear, they don't die, they simply fall asleep. And when a muscle sleeps, it doesn't announce itself with pain. It announces itself with compensation. That's why so many people treat the wrong problem. They stretch the lower back endlessly, they massage the knees, they blame their balance on weak ankles. But the real issue is often higher up, quietly waiting to be noticed. The encouraging truth is this: if a muscle can fall asleep, it can also wake up. And waking up the glutes doesn't require heavy weights, fast movements, or exhausting workouts. In fact, for many people over 50, gentle awareness-based movement works better than intense exercise. Once the glutes begin to re-engage, something remarkable happens. Standing feels easier. Walking feels smoother. Posture improves without forcing it. Balance becomes more natural. Confidence slowly returns, not just physically, but emotionally too. You stop worrying so much about falling. You trust your legs again. You move with less hesitation. This is why noticing this quiet weakness matters, not to scare you, not to label you as fragile, but to remind you that your body is still responsive, still adaptable, still capable of feeling strong and steady again. If you've ever thought, I wish my body felt more stable, or I want to feel confident moving again, or I don't want to lose my independence. This awareness is the first step. You are not behind, you are not too late, you are simply listening now. And once you listen, the body has an amazing way of answering back. Glutes are meant to be powerful. They are not small helper muscles, they are the foundation of how the human body moves. Every time you stand up from a chair, climb a step, walk uphill, or catch yourself from losing balance, your glutes are designed to lead the movement. When they do their job, everything else works more smoothly. Hips stay stable, knees track properly, and the lower back feels supported rather than strained. So why do these strong muscles seem to fade into the background after 50? The answer is not weakness of character, lack of effort, or old age. The answer is how modern life slowly trains the body to forget how to use them. The first and biggest reason is too much sitting. Sitting places the hips in a bent position for long periods of time. In this position, the glutes are stretched and inactive. When this happens day after day, year after year, the brain gradually stops sending strong signals to those muscles. It's not that the glutes disappear. They simply stop getting called into action. Think of it like a light switch that's rarely used. Over time, you forget it's even there. Many people over 50 sit more than they realize. Meals, driving, television, phones, reading, resting, none of these are harmful on their own. But together they create long hours where the glutes stay off. The second reason is less natural climbing and pushing movements. Earlier in life, daily movement often included stairs, hills, squatting, lifting, and quick changes in direction. These movements automatically activate the glutes. As we age, we naturally simplify movement. We choose elevators over stairs. We avoid hills. We take flatter routes. We sit instead of squat. Again, this isn't laziness, it's adaptation. The body learns, I don't need to use these muscles as much anymore. The third reason is relying more on the knees and lower back. When glutes are slow to activate, the body doesn't stop moving, it just finds another way. The knees push harder. The lower back tightens and works over time. Smaller hip muscles try to stabilize what the glutes use to handle easily. This compensation feels helpful at first. You still get the job done. But over time, these areas become tired, stiff, and irritated. The knees may feel sore after walking. The lower back may ache after standing. Balance may feel less reliable. The glutes stay quiet while everything else works harder than it should. Another subtle factor is shorter steps over time. As confidence decreases, even slightly, stride length often shrinks. Shorter steps reduce glute activation, especially during walking. The body shifts into a shuffle pattern where movement happens mostly from the knees down instead of the hips. This change is often unconscious. No one decides to walk this way. It simply happens when stability feels uncertain. Over months and years, the glutes receive even fewer signals to engage. All of these factors create a cycle. Less glute use leads to more compensation, leads to more fatigue, leads to less confidence, leads to even less glute use. But here's the most important part to understand. This is not permanent damage. Muscles don't expire at a certain age. The nervous system doesn't stop learning. The body doesn't lose its ability to adapt. What's happening is not destruction, it's disconnection. The brain and the glutes are no longer communicating clearly. And the solution to disconnection is not force, it's gentle reconnection. This is why aggressive workouts often backfire for people over 50. Forcing heavy movements on muscles that aren't firing properly only strengthens compensations. The lower back tightens more, the knees take more stress, the glutes remain quiet, the body doesn't need punishment, it needs a reminder. Small, controlled, mindful movements wake up the glutes far more effectively than fast or intense exercise. When you move slowly, the brain pays attention. When you focus on posture and breathing, the correct muscles start to participate again. Once the glutes begin to fire, even a little, the body responds quickly. Posture improves because the hips are supporting the spine. Walking feels smoother because the legs move from the hips again. Balance improves because the pelvis becomes stable. Fatigue decreases because effort is shared properly. This is why many people feel stronger not after months but after weeks of the right kind of movement. The message your body is sending is not, I'm worn out. It's saying, I need the right signals, and those signals don't come from pushing harder, they come from moving smarter. If you understand why glutes go dormant, you remove the fear, you stop blaming yourself, you stop worrying that something is wrong with you. Instead, you recognize this for what it truly is, a normal response to modern living, and a problem that can be gently reversed. Your body hasn't given up. It's been waiting for a kinder approach. This exercise is perfect if standing feels hard. It's also perfect if you can stand but want a safe, gentle way to begin. The seated glute squeeze looks almost too simple, and that's exactly why it works. For muscles that have been quiet for a long time, simplicity is powerful. This movement doesn't rely on balance, speed, or strength. It relies on awareness, control, and patience. And those are the three things your glutes respond to best. Let's walk through it slowly. How to do it. Start by sitting on a sturdy chair. Choose one where your feet can rest flat on the floor and your hips are level with or slightly higher than your knees. Sit tall, not stiff, just upright enough that your spine feels long. Place your feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Imagine your feet rooting gently into the ground, giving you a stable base. Now, without moving your upper body, gently squeeze your buttocks together. This is not a hard clench. Think of it as activating, not crushing. Hold this squeeze for 5 slow seconds, then fully relax. Repeat this 10 times, moving slowly and deliberately. If 5 seconds feels like too much at first, that's okay. Start with 3 seconds and build up. The goal is not endurance, it's connection. What you should feel. You should feel a gentle tightening deep in the hips and buttocks. You should not feel sharp pain, back strain, or pressure in the knees. If you feel nothing at first, don't panic. That's very common. Dormant muscles don't wake up instantly. Often, the first few repetitions are simply teaching your brain where to send the signal. With practice, the sensation becomes clearer. Posture tips. Posture matters more than force in this exercise. Sit upright with your chest relaxed and shoulders down. Imagine a string gently lifting the top of your head toward the ceiling. Avoid leaning forward. Leaning shifts the work into the thighs and lower back. Avoid arching your lower back. Arching creates tension and steals the work from the glutes. A neutral, comfortable spine allows the correct muscles to engage. If it helps, place your hands lightly on the sides of your hips or buttocks. This physical feedback can improve mind-muscle connection and help you focus on the right area. Breathing guidance. Breathing is not optional, it's part of the exercise. Before each squeeze, take a calm breath in through your nose. As you gently squeeze and hold, slowly breathe out through your mouth. This exhale tells the nervous system that it's safe to engage. Holding your breath creates tension and blocks proper muscle activation. If you notice yourself holding your breath, reduce the intensity of the squeeze and slow down. Smooth breathing equals better results. Common mistakes to avoid. One of the most common mistakes is clenching too hard. Hard clenching often activates the lower back or creates unnecessary tension. This exercise works best at about 30 to 40% effort. Less is more. Another common mistake is holding the breath. This turns a gentle activation into a stress response. Remember, you're waking up muscles, not bracing for impact. Many people also accidentally use the lower back instead of the glutes. If your back tightens or arches, reset your posture and reduce the squeeze intensity. There is no rush here. Speed and force do not improve this exercise. Attention does. Why this exercise works? When glutes have been inactive for a long time, they don't respond well to standing or dynamic exercises right away. Seated activation removes balance demands and allows the brain to focus entirely on muscle engagement. This small movement sends a powerful wake-up message to your muscles and nervous system. With regular practice, this exercise helps improve awareness of the glutes, reduce overuse of the lower back, prepare the body for standing movements, build confidence in your ability to move safely. Now, people notice that after a few days of seated glute squeezes, standing up from a chair feels easier, walking feels smoother, posture feels more natural. That's not coincidence, that's reconnection. This exercise may look quiet, but its effects are not. It's the first step in reminding your body how strength is supposed to feel. Calm, controlled, and supportive. The second exercise gently brings your glutes back into real-life movement. Standing, supporting weight, and staying balanced. It builds on the awareness you created while seated and helps your body trust itself again. How to do it? Stand behind a sturdy chair or near a counter. Rest your hands lightly for balance. This is support, not something to lean on. Shift your weight onto one leg. Keep that knee soft and relaxed, not locked. Now slide the other foot slightly behind you and gently press the heel into the floor. You're not lifting the foot, just pressing it back and down. As you do this, notice the muscle in the back of your hip and buttock gently turn on. That's your glute engaging. Hold this position for 5 to 8 seconds, breathing slowly. Relax, switch sides, and repeat. Do 5 repetitions per side, moving slowly and with control. Safety tips: move at a calm pace. There is no benefit to rushing. Keep your knees soft to protect your joints. Stop immediately if you feel sharp pain. Mild effort or warmth in the muscles is normal and safe. Why this matters: strong, active glutes support, better balance, easier, more confident walking, less strain on the knees and lower back. This exercise teaches your body how to share effort properly again. You are not trying to work out, you are reconnecting with muscles that still remember how to be strong. With just a few minutes a day, confidence returns step by step. Standing feels steadier, movement feels safer. Your body isn't failing you, it's been waiting for a gentle signal to rise again.